All right, cool. Welcome everybody to the holiday edition 2018 DANJ podcast. DJs and not jukeboxes. Out here sipping this coquito. You know what I'm saying? Feeling real warm, fuzzy. Got the fireplace going. Shout out to Netflix. Yes. First and foremost, to everybody that subscribes to us and supports us, we appreciate you. If you are not subscribed yet, hit that button for us. Share it with your friends, all that good stuff. We are on all those major platforms that you are tuned into. And as you know, we've taken our official kind of dive and journey into the concept of success through creativity by living our truth. And shout out to Oscar Castillo. He was our last podcast. You could check that out. But today we've got a very good homie of mine. She's doing some amazing things out here. And she's got a really, really dope connection to the music community through a hub that we don't ever recognize for ourselves, but that all of us are involved in. So first and foremost, let's welcome in Carla from Good Beauty Chicago. Yeah, make some noise, make some noise.
Thank you.
Absolutely, thank you for being here. We'll go around the room real quick. My name is Send, of course, Mr. Beard Butter, and to my left,
DJ True.
Yeah, you know, always keeping it nice and funky with the Christmas sweaters, you know what I'm saying?
I call them dad sweaters.
Hey, it's my smoking sweater, man. You know what I mean? I get roasted, I get called Drake and whatever, but it's my smoking sweater, bro. So we appreciate it. Yeah, you know. Shout out to Mini Movie Girl in the building too. Twinsky, she's not gonna want to get shouted out. She won't say anything, but she's in the building. She's doing big things with DANJ and the whole light concept. So let's dive right into it. The whole me setting it up with the idea that like we're all involved in this realm that you're in is you know, like I have a barber. Shout out to my barber Ricky. It's family. That's my brother, and it's a very important part of my life. You know, so let's talk about how the beginning stages of before you became this hub essentially within the community of creatives. And you know, a lot of the DJs that I know, you know, that are women, you know, they're getting styled by you. I mean, shit, King Marie was there when we went to do the shoot. Right. So it's like, it's dope to see that. So let's talk about the beginnings of that, how that all started.
So I've had Good Beauty now for a year and a half.
Okay.
And it's been awesome. But prior to Good Beauty, I did have another salon called Hush.
Okay.
I had that for 9 years.
Okay.
And so, I don't know, I guess just being out and just having different, my salon is like a full service salon. So we offer hair, nails, waxing. So it's like, I guess because we have so many different departments, it's like a one-stop shop. So a lot of busy women like prefer that because they can just go to one place and get everything done. So that's kind of how like we got people in there.
The Good Beauty side of it.
Right.
So like from a creative standpoint, let's talk more about what got you into that. Was this something that you wanted to do as a kid? Was this like a dream, passion, pursuit type thing? Like, let's talk about the stylist side of it and you.
Yeah. So I feel like it's something that I always did, but I didn't realize it. Okay. I was kind of like, my mom was a hairstylist.
Okay.
And her grandfather was a barber. And
there it is.
And that, like, his father was as well. So, I mean.
So it's deep. It's rooted deep in you. Okay.
Right. So I didn't know that they were. I knew my mom was. And so I would watch her. And I was like, okay. Then, and now I think back, and it's like the only toy I ever wanted to play with, like, not even cartoons. It was just Barbies. And it was just like, I'd get in trouble like every week because every week I grew up in Melrose Park.
Okay.
We were going to Toys R Us on North Avenue.
Yep.
And it was like a new Barbie every week. And by Sunday, it was like my mom was coming in the room. She was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Get chingados and stuff. What's going on?" I had cut their hair. I had used markers to polish their like little dots on their hands and toes. Like, okay. I had given them full makeovers and cut up their clothes and gave them like a whole new look. So I was like doing that, and I don't know if you remember, but there used to be like these books, and it was paper dolls, and it was like different tear off outfits, and it's like even that that was just fun. So I was like always doing
So that was a creative outlet. That was a creative outlet for you from the jump.
Yeah. So then it wasn't until, and then I was like cutting, like I see my mom doing it. People would come over to the house and my mom was doing their hair, and if their kids were there, they ended up being my friends. So it's like I would start doing their hair. So I think my first haircut I was 13.
Okay.
13 years old. And then from there, I just started doing color after that, and I was like 15. So I've been doing hair without a license since I was 13.
Damn.
Yeah, and then I was in college, full academic scholarship, and I realized that shit was not for me. Like, I just didn't have a passion for college. Yeah, sometimes I'm like, fuck, I wish I would have finished just to say I did it, but I didn't. And I ended up going to beauty school. I was like, I loved it. I finished, and I haven't stopped.
That's dope. So you went to beauty school in the college range. You said you were in college.
Yeah.
Decided it wasn't for you.
Yeah.
And kept it moving.
18, 19. Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about that space without too much of it. You know.
Wait, I got a question.
Go ahead. Go. Yeah. Please, man.
Yeah.
So back to the hub nature of things. Is that something you consciously created for your current salon, or is that something that just came from Hush? You know what I mean?
It's at the current location. At Hush, it was a little different.
Yeah.
Here, it's more like even music is completely different. Like here, I was like, it's gonna be me. It's gonna be like, I want my homies to feel comfortable.
You want your identity, essentially.
Yeah. I think the previous location was just like a learning experience, and I realized what I didn't want.
Okay.
And I wanted to make good beauty all about like where I would feel comfortable being, because I spend so much time, but then my friends too.
Right.
So.
And there's a vibe.
It just happened just by me just saying fuck it, like
by doing you.
Right.
By living your truth, it became more more real for who you are.
Yeah, and it's even played out into like this whole year. Just I'm a happier person just from just choosing to make that decision.
It's big.
Yeah.
It's big. It's hard to bring identity that's ours to a brand and bring a vision and make it into verbiage almost. You know what I mean? So like when I went in there, when we did the photo shoot for all this, like there was an instant vibe, you know. And you know, you mentioned music. Like it's dope because the music was specific. You know, it was new, but it wasn't necessarily radio stuff you're hearing. It's like a playlist that you're curating. You know, it's playing into your image and your personality and who you really are. And you know, that's where music is really important for us and what we do as creatives. You know, because that's how we breathe out here. Shit, like without it, it's nothing for me. You know, so. So that made me, I feel like that energy kind of brought that space there too. You know what I mean? Like the music side of it. So let's, that spark now. So you get that spark because we've all talked about it. We've had a lot of shows about it, you know, just internal talks, life shit. That spark that made you say like, okay, like I've known this isn't for me, but what really made you leave college and just take that route? Because I'm, you know, there's always people that are gonna doubt you for doing that. You're gonna doubt yourself. You know, you say you still wish you could go back for that experience maybe, but like you're totally happy where you're at. You know what I mean? So like, what was that moment like for you? It was like,
I was just like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, you know?
Yeah.
I just wasn't like, I was still getting good grades and doing what you're like society tells you you're supposed to do, to make your parents happy and shit. But something was just like me, like I wasn't like, I didn't feel fulfilled. Where like now I do, especially like when my clients are like, they get up and they're like, oh my god, this is why I come to you. You're what do they tell me all the time? That I changed their life, or it's like changing, like, and you see them like start putting makeup on, like they feel good, like they're ready to leave my chair and feel good. So it's like
take on the world and shit.
So I feel good.
I know how I feel when I get a haircut. You know what I mean? I feel good as fuck. Like I feel pampered pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And it's important because you bring out a certain honesty in people while you're there. You know what I mean? And it's a great quality to lead with, you know what I mean, you know, in the position that you're in, and to have leadership qualities. And you know, I see how your staff respects you when you're there, but you're not walking around like a fucking boss about it. You know what I mean? You're just like in there doing what you do, and like everybody's playing their role, and that's where shit works well together. You know what I mean? Okay. Oh no, that's cool, man. Yeah, this shit's delicious. Shout out to Pinky Ring, by the way, for the, what is it, Pinquito? Yeah, all right, cool. I want to get that right. Okay, so we got kind of the beginnings before the beef. Let's talk about the beef of it now. Like, you're in it, like, I feel like you have a good grip on what you want from this, especially in its early stages. You said, what, 9-year thing with the prior space. That'll definitely give you that experience. That'll definitely teach you what you want, what you don't want, all of that. So, like, you know, thinking about, you know, the clientele and the, you know, your space and, you know, the music, how has the vision overall kind of changed from when you first opened up Good Beauty and started it, and to where it is now, or potentially going, stuff that you could share, let's say?
I mean, branding, definitely we're kind of changing and adding more. But besides that, just mentoring also. Definitely, I think, like when you mentioned about, I walk around like unless you know me, you wouldn't know I'm the boss there, because we all kind of just walk around like together. Yeah. I think a lot of it has to do with mentoring like women, you know. And having that, what I didn't have, and making sure I passed that along. What took me maybe 10 years to learn, 9 years from having the other salon, helping someone learn that quicker, and then I don't know, maybe partnering up with some of these amazing girls that I've mentored.
That's dope. Like, how? Yeah. What? Like, did you ever see yourself mentoring at any point in your life? Like,
I didn't, but then like life experiences like push you to them. When you see somebody, like, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. I know what she's about to do.
Yeah. Your heart kicks in and you're like, ah.
But you know, some people are like, it's like also learning to not be like, sound like a know-it-all.
Sure.
You know, so it's kind of like asking for that like permission in a way, like, hey, like, I know this, but like, do you mind if I like give you some input on this? Because I've kind of been through a little bit.
That's big.
You know,
no, that permission is big.
And it takes also like someone like with big balls to be like, yeah, like, because some people they're just like, no, you know, or they don't open up.
Sure.
So
they just want to struggle through it.
Right.
For
and
whatever
it's like,
reason.
why?
Yeah. And I just posted this before you came here, but I said vulnerability breeds liberation, and I really believe in that, because like, once you open yourself up to your own vulnerability, you're able to see your own strengths. That's the only way you're going to see it, because you got to face whatever you feel is weak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, that's kind of the beauty, like, no puns intended, but that's the beauty in what you do, because you have this mentorship, like, you know, quality and role to what you're doing in life. You know, your people are, self-esteems are coming back, you know, like, it's not even egos, like, people are getting their confidence back through what you're doing. But there's that automatic ice break for them to open up to you, where you don't have to necessarily fish. You know, like, you can see it in somebody, you can feel that energy, and you have not a luxury, but like, your platform and your craft has brought you to that space where you can ease them into just opening up to you with that. You know what I mean? So like, you know, it shit takes a lot too to like be on the other end of that too. You know what I mean? So like, that's why we're doing this. Like, the people that are involved, and it's cool to understand more of why you're doing this too. Like, I see the change it brings to people, I see the energy it brings to people, but understanding like more of who you are and like what creates that energy and resets it. That's the whole point of like why we're doing these podcasts, and like, you know, showcasing people and like their creative shit. Like, again, we meet under a creative umbrella, but like, we're all fucking humans at the end of the day. Like, you know what I mean? We're all chilling inside of my house right now, hanging out like as humans and shit, talking some real shit. You know what I mean? So I think that's really dope. I think that it's important for people to recognize people like yourself, because they know, like, that there's like a commitment there that like marriage doesn't have, and like that kind of shit contracts don't have. Like there's a
right. I mean, people come and go, like their boyfriends come and go, husbands, but they don't change who does their hair.
Right. Dude,
we're there.
I'm gonna be dead ass honest. The reason I have the long beard is because my barber years ago, at this point, 6 years ago, broke his thumb, and like I didn't go anywhere else until he got his hand back in working order. And by that time, my shit had sprouted out, and he was like, "Yo, let's just shape that shit." And now, like, I got a fucking beard, 5 or 6 years later, and it's been my thing,
Yeah.
And it's very important, you know what I mean? Like,
it's trust, and I feel like because you're making someone feel better about themselves. Like, that's how I equate it to like going to a therapist or something. You trust this person that's supposed to be making you feel better about yourself. So there's an openness that comes in your specific space where like you're not gonna find this elsewhere in the world, you know? It's very unique to what you do and to like what therapists do, but it's a very similar space that you're providing.
I mean, they're sitting in a chair, you know what I'm saying? If you think of the aesthetics, they get comfortable, they're there for a while, you're taking your time, like you're putting quality into it. They're making these appointments. So, but that's what I made that, like I said that shit before you guys got here. I'm like, yo, like people really spill life to their stylists and their barbers that they would never to anybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Believe that stays between.
Of course. Oh no, but that's the trust.
That's
the trust. That's the trust, and that's the value in all of what you do. That's what that again, like there are great stylists, there are great barbers of all calibers out there, but then there are like when the human element's there, and it's like cool, I could go to this person and not only like feel great about myself on this level, but like in here I feel freer. Like I just got all that shit out and I could go home and like do whatever I gotta do. I
totally switched stylists because I couldn't talk to him. Like just based on that fact.
Right.
Again, shout out to Ricky. Shout out to Dubs, that motherfucker. He's heard all my shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, you're still my friend after all that shit? Cool. Like, word. You're a great human being, So it's like, that is amplified within what you do on a constant basis. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk music now. It's not necessarily what you listen to, but how has music, played a role? Because, our thing here is, like the common tie between people and cultures is food, and that's the one that's always, I don't want to say glorified, but that's the obvious one, because that's like the one we have to live off of. We all need food to survive and all that shit, but like music's right in there for everybody. It's a soundtrack to everybody's life. You know what I mean? So like thinking about everything that you are, like the fact that you say you play a certain type of music, like what's that role in your life for you with music? Like how is it therapeutic in any way? Like talk it.
I mean, from the moment,
please.
Like, okay.
Yes.
Like, let's
go
say
there.
A day in the life of Carla.
Go there. Talk. I'm getting comfortable.
We our clients book their appointments ahead of time.
Which one do you want, by the way? Which one should I? This one? Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah.
So, like, we know ahead of time how our day is going to look, right? So you look at your appointments, you're like, oh, okay, I got this person, okay. So from the moment you get in the car, or at least myself, I gotta see what kind of playlist I'm gonna have to get my mind ready, so that I'm ready to take on the first client or the first few. But then I get to the salon, and also it's like sometimes I'll start off with like some 90s R&B, and then midday we'll start putting some like old school hip hop, like some Wu-Tang or something.
Something to keep you going.
Like, yes. Like, a little more upbeat. It just depends. Like, if it's a rainy day, sometimes we'll throw some Amy Winehouse.
Sure.
That's, like, one of the favorites by our clients.
Yo, this is
like
interesting.
Yes, it's crazy, like, when
but this is very DJ-like.
Yeah.
This is very DJ-like.
Sometimes I think
this is crazy. This is you almost... Okay, so let me ask you this. Like, obviously, like, you like the music for yourself, and there's healing value behind it, and there's therapy behind it. But do you all, like, we use it as a way to like control the vibe, control the room.
Right.
Are you doing it?
Same.
Okay, that's what I was going. Like, I felt
because
that when
if we put like, let's say Tupac, like, I mean, I love the song. What does he say? That's why I fucked your bitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
When he's going at Biggie.
It's real aggressive. Like, we can't have that. Because sometimes, like, it's too much.
Right.
But we can put that at the end of the day when we're trying to
clean up. Yeah, there you go.
So, yeah, it's setting the mood. But, like, certain Tupac songs are okay.
Yeah.
You know, and then it sets the mood. Like you said, people be like, oh my God, you remember this? Or I'll be like, remember how this was his little dance when he used to perform? And I will sit there and I will do his little slide
the move,
across the stage.
Well, that's what I appreciate about music is it brings out go ahead.
No.
It brings out
a little bit.
Got you. It brings out like an honesty in people, you know what I mean? Like it's reminding you of your youth. Like we're genuine as children, you know. We're honest. We haven't been exposed to what we're supposed to think is this or that, or like what our truth is supposed to be, you know. Right. And then like everybody has that defining moment in their life where they come to it and they're just like, yo, this is what it looks like and it can look like. And then like I feel like creatives, we're not special because we live a different life. We just live a different life because we took it upon ourselves at some point to just be like, fuck it and do this. And now we the vibe that you give off with what you do is the fact that you don't look at it as power. You look at it as responsibility. You know what I mean? And you take that responsibility and I've done it for myself, and I've learned a lot about myself through just seeing it as a responsibility versus a power. You know what I mean? So like that vibe is important. Like that sets the tone for that person to sit in said chair and walk in and be like, all right, girl, here we go. Blah, just vomit their whole fucking life to you. And your vibe walking in there was set the same way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And everyone likes to reminisce. So it's like when they hear like that, hit 'em up or whatever song like that we have playing that's old school, they just start opening up. Oh, I remember this, and I was in high school, but I remember it. And then it just sets like the tone for like other conversations within the salon.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah, and then the staff, like, if your client's at ease, my staff's at ease, and trust me, your hair is gonna come out even better.
Yeah. Energy is a big part of that. And like I said, I mean, I'm an energy kid, and like I walked into your space that for the first time that day, and like it was just amazing. Like,
thank you.
It's clean, aesthetic wise, it's dope, obviously, but like the attention to detail from all aspects shows, because like the vibe is what was there. I'm like, that could be a very intimidating, like, I'll be very fucking real here. That's a very intimidating moment for a man to walk into a salon where it's fully staffed and there's chairs busy and shit. Like, that's the opposite. That's like taking your girl to the barbershop. You know what I mean? Like, I'm there doing some work. I'm over here, like, chilling. But, like, it was so inviting. It was welcoming. And nobody was, like, everybody was on the cool shit. You know what I'm saying? And, like, being cool. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because everybody was themselves. Like, everybody that you had working there was their own personality. And like, I'm sure you work on bringing that out as the mentor. Like, from the mentor side of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where that respect comes into play. That's where, like, the power versus responsibility talks and all that shit. So it's dope. Like, it's really dope. And I, doing what I do, appreciate the fact that, you come out and, like, you rock with me and you do it, like, you talk your shit, like, ain't no motherfucking jukebox, fuck, like, I like that shit. Like, I like that shit because it's like you do it because you get what I'm doing, and like it's that underlying understanding of value from both sides with anybody, like with your consumers, with like the people. I mean, like you said, you're dealing with industry heads too, and they're being therapeutic, and then you're going out. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole world of shit, because I get the same shit. My crib is a big, it's the shoebox, and everybody comes here, to be therapeutic and spill out whatever the fuck's going on. And that's cool, because that's the human connection too. And then I feel like that continues the spark to work and like be creative and shit and just go kill shit, at the end of the day. Last kind of wrap up piece, unless you want to add to that. Because I know there was a lot discussed in that space.
Well, I mean, I just want to say, like, thank you guys. DJs
Absolutely.
everywhere, especially here in Chicago. Like, all of you guys, because I don't think sometimes even you guys realize, like, what you guys do and how you guys make people feel. So thank you.
Hey, y'all heard it. Y'all heard it.
Yes,
That's not scripted, man.
Because, you know, like, people think sometimes...
We're going to have Eric's spirit come in with the air horn right now.
People think you need alcohol just to be out, to have a good time. It's like, nah, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't need... I mean, it's cool, like, yeah, or drugs, whatever, it's whatever. But you don't need all that. Like, if you got a dope-ass DJ that's, like, killing it, you can stand in the middle of the dance floor by yourself and have a fucking great time.
That's
and
real
there's been
shit.
plenty of times I'm at Harvey's, Deadbolt, Twisted.
Yeah.
Shout out to all these places.
Yeah, you know, like, for real.
Untitled.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
That's dope.
So thank you guys. Because sometimes, like, yes, I'm a creative, but, like, when you're constantly also making people feel good and making them look good, you sometimes need to re-energize. And for me, it's you guys. For me, it's, like, music. It's one thing to have it on your Bose speaker at the salon, but it's one thing having it fucking come through the Seratos, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's love. I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
It's good to know that people exist like that.
Absolutely.
Out there, you know, that
For sure.
experience it in that way.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of times it's
Yes.
So I don't want to go down that route.
Yes, the tea. When coquito turns to tea, my friends.
No, I don't want to.
What? You can share with me. I won't tell.
Here, let me see.
Oh yeah.
I won't tell.
We've ranted and raved about this on numerous
Take this
occasions.
coat off.
There you go. Get cozy.
I feel like you need to be doing my hair for this to be.
Give him a trim real quick. Set up the chair.
No, it's just you're experiencing the DJ from a different way. You know, like the easy way to relate it is like the whole "we're not jukeboxes" thing, like that. We get approached so much to do something else besides what we're doing. For someone just to simply accept what we're doing means so much. Like, it's like the bar is set so low by everyone that's kind of ruining our time that one person can come in and just save the whole night. And there's been times where, like, it's in Summerfest in Milwaukee this summer, and it's just flooded with drunken people. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever been, but
I've been.
imagine, like, Wrigleyville after a Cubs game times 20.
Yeah.
All day long.
Yeah.
For all weekend long. Like, it's nuts. So, yeah, needless to say, I was getting requests that weekend. But, like, really aggressive, angry requests.
Super aggro Bud Light ass requests.
Yeah, like, it was some frat guy one
Shout out to
night.
anybody that drinks Bud Light, by the way. No diss to you.
Yeah, we would love their sponsorship.
Yeah. It'll take the loot, man. I got rent.
Yeah.
Shout out Anheuser-Busch.
Yeah, right. There you go. You see,
umbrella, not
this
just
is why
one product,
this.
the whole umbrella.
Yeah, exactly. The root, man. The source.
No, this guy wanted to hear Britney Spears. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do it, man.
I knew it.
I'm not gonna do it.
I knew it.
And he was so adamant about it to the point where, like, it was getting, like, I was having a hard time pulling back.
Fuck.
So, yeah.
No, and you know, like, just to ping off of your point, like, I think for me the reason it means a lot is because that's the whole root to why we do this. Like, to have, I've had numerous times when I was coming up and doing the shit for free and doing the audition sets where, like, that one person comes up to you and is like, yo, like,
Thank you.
I had a shitty day today and, like, that shit is gone. And I'm like,
I mean, people have shitty weeks.
yeah.
And they go out that Friday night, that Saturday night, and you guys gave them that push that they needed for the next fucking week, maybe the next month.
Yeah.
Because some people only go out once a month. Not everybody
Some people
goes
go out once a year, every 6 months, because they got that life, and so these are the conversations that we've had where I understand the consumer side, because it's like, yo, I don't go out. This is my favorite song. I wonder if I could hear it. So you get those nice people that approach you. And before, I used to be in such a headspace where I, like, as soon as I saw someone, it was like Jaws. It's like dun, 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 coming up to me, and I'm like, oh yeah. Oh yeah? Watch me. What you got for me? And now it's like half the time people are just maybe trying to come up to me and be like,
what's up?
Yeah, yo, this is dope. And like I'm missing all of that back then because I'm in such a like fuck you, like I was living the aggressive side of DJs are not jukeboxes without understanding, you know? So it's like it's dope because we're all in like a very similar lane because we understand our consumer, but then like it means that much more when like our peers are like, yo, like we need you, like what you do is important, keep doing that shit, because there's like, yes, okay, cool, like this value that we wake up for every day essentially is added to and like respected and acknowledged and all that shit, you know what I'm saying, without getting too fucking cozy about it, you know what I'm saying? So you know it does go a long way, so I appreciate that, you know what I'm saying? It's the shit that'll take us into this next year and be like, cool, like what we're doing is right.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like we're on the right path because again, like connecting with the right people is a big part of this too, you know? Like there's a lot of space for everybody to eat out here, and I think that, you know, like it's a fast life. The shit that this industry, this space that we're in, it's a real fast life. Being a creative is fast because that shit comes and goes just like any idea does. But like me, I've taken a slower pace to it and like just taking my time within it. And it's like cool. It makes me, you know, feel it out better and like see who I'm gonna go with. You know what I'm saying? And like that whole like the whole concept of live your truth even came from that. You know, like digging inside myself and like, all right, cool. Like who the fuck am I? Like I can do a lot of shit. You know, like give me a book on something or show me how to do something and I'll give me a couple weeks and I'll be great at it. But like, what the fuck do I want to do out here? And then like, as I realized I spent however many years and, you know, like people like this when I actually quit my day job and took that leap and was like, nah, this is definitely what I'm doing. And all of a sudden he's like, yo, yeah, so like here, I got your next year covered as far as this chunk of your finances. Here you go. We've been waiting for you. It's like, oh fuck, there's this whole world out here. So last piece, like the blossoming aspect of the flower now, right? Like you're in that cusp, you're getting, you know, you got your identity. Now you kind of know where you want to go with it. Like how has living your truth and just the idea of your success becoming your creativity, where is your headspace at with that? Where is that taking you now?
I think finding who I am and being happy. Because, yeah, that attracts a different type of person all around. Like, my friendships are even better than ever.
We always get the sirens with the good
right?
shit. Sorry. It never fails. It's Chicago shit. Our podcast never fails. We get a siren during that moment all the time. That's when you know it's real.
So yeah, I think it just goes to then that attracts even a different type of clientele as well.
Yeah.
So
because they're human, they're people. You know what I mean? So yeah, for sure.
Because a lot of my clients are my friends, and then they start referring some of their friends, and so then it's like if I'm attracting a different type of group of friends now, trust me, like my clientele is changing, and it's like I just feel like it's just I'm in a different, happier space. So
that's dope.
And if I'm projecting that at work, then my staff is. Therefore, they're giving me the best of them as well.
Hey, I like that. Yo, this is something that like I've rocked with for a while, and I know we're all familiar with it. But that whole concept of like you're a direct reflection of the 5 people you hang out with closest with, like the 6 degrees of separation concept with that is so crazy because when you think about it, that's what you're talking about essentially. It's both of those combined. Like you're creating the first degree and then it spreads out to the 6, and now all of a sudden that thread has pulled out to this umbrella now of like just good energy and like good human beings that like need your help on multiple levels. Like, you know, like the shit you're doing is on levels, you know what I mean? And that's dope as fuck, you know? So, and like being honest about it is very appreciated from our end, because that's our goal with this, is to get these type of conversations without being like, yo, we're gonna open up tonight. You know, we're gonna nah, man, we gotta do all that. Like, you know, just be human about the shit. You know, and like it's great to see the honesty in it. So what's next? What can we expect? Like, what can we talk about? Like, with it, where, you know, like, any closing thoughts you want to share with all of this? Like, yeah, go for it. Like, please.
With Good Beauty.
Or anything, just life, like, and to anybody that's listening with what you're doing, like, all of it.
I mean, as far as living your truth, it's all about being happy. Like, if you're not happy, you're not gonna, like, thrive in anything that you do. Not in career, not with family, not with relationships, and that's like with marriage or just boyfriend, girlfriend, or siblings or anything.
Friendships,
so it's just work on that, and if that doesn't work, like, try another thing. Like, we talk about this with my friends, like, even therapy, like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you need to get it, do it.
Yep.
But it's just working on being happy.
That's dope. Yeah. That's dope. What's next for Carla and
Good Beauty?
Good Beauty, yeah.
So I really, I also have, like, shirts that we have, like, our merch.
Okay.
But I want to have a little bit different merch, more like beauty related also.
Dope.
So I just haven't decided which one I want to go with first. But
so expect some merch.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Expect merch game to be hella strong.
Yeah.
I got the you know, the merch pack when I was over there, and it's super strong. We got cups, bags, you know what I'm saying? There were shirts. So
yeah.
It's very appreciated. And so where can people find you? Like,
we're located in Logan Square.
Okay.
2777 North Milwaukee Avenue. Yeah.
She got the 4.8 on Google, y'all. You know what I'm saying? This shit is real. I'm just saying, man. Like, the 4.8 on Google is strong, man. SEO game is strong. Go ahead, flex that. It's okay. Flex that Yelp shit. Like, flex that shit. We're good over there. Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, we appreciate you coming through.
Thank you guys for having me. Best of luck with everything.
What are the socials? Thank you so much.
So it's Good Beauty Chicago.
Okay.
Or Good Beauty by Carla.
Okay. So Good Beauty by Carla would be
myself.
Okay. And then Good Beauty Chicago is
Good Beauty, and it highlights everyone's work and the entire salon.
Dope.
Yeah.
And shout out to the homie Kay. I think she already linked with y'all at some point over there too. The girl, she did our photography.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're which is something that we want to get into also. Like, talking about 2019 is definitely doing different type of events. Like, so.
Yeah, we'll definitely be talking about that post podcast.
Sure. Yep.
We appreciate y'all once again. Make sure you go check her out and everything that she's doing. Carla's doing some amazing shit. Good Beauty. DJs are not jukeboxes. We are out. Shout out to Big Ones. Shout out to artists. Yeah, podcasting out here. Blah, blah, blah.